later tonight, a November snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Dallas Cowboys and the Minnesota Vikings. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. First play and a first pass for Cousins. His pass on target, Velus Jones with it. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Dropped for a loss there on a nice effort by Osa Odighizuwa. The Vikings at 5-4 now on the year. They were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
Off the play fake, Cousins. He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 42. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Play action now, Cousins. Man open, here is Jones. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical it would be this easy. But they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
Second and 5 now. Cousins. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. They clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease, feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that and continuing to let him throw the football.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it's second down. Now Cook running right. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Joseph connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a first and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Prescott. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down and 6. To throw is Prescott. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now Prescott. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Cine. And the Vikings are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, given 14. On play action, Cousins. This one caught. It's the tight end, Hockenson. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Handoff comes to Cook. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
Hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that
touchdown. Justin Jefferson, his 11th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Meanwhile, Dak's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. So the completion good for 7 there, and it's second down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
First down, and it's Pollard again. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
2nd and 5. Here's Pollard again. And he's got some space here. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 52 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Parker, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and first down. Simply put, you've got to put up more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes a defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Prescott. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. On 4th down, Prescott goes off, and on comes the Cowboy kicker, Brett Maher, for the field goal try. Maher able to put this one through, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So not exactly the response they were hoping for, but they'll take the 3 to at least get them on the score sheet.
Yeah, now is not the time to panic. All is well. It's somewhat calm. Only down 14-0. So continue to play your game, take the points when they're there, and put the emphasis on your defense to go out and get you the football back.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 Both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that third consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
Cousins' throw complete to Rager. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. Now an end around as Cousins have just popped this forward. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. How about a 39-yard pickup? They'll take it. So that one just a little touch pass, but it paid off quite handsomely.
Yeah, and let's face it, the quarterback loves it because it pads his stats as a completed pass for nice yardage downfield. But I like the way they get the receiver in motion. It's almost like he's running a route before he gets the football because he's got a full head of steam when the ball is popped in his direction.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far in this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. They run again on first down. Cook. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On second down, Cook. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On third down, Cousins. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
A 32-yard attempt.
Joseph's got it, and they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
It's a room to... There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tony Pollard, 75 yards. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Brett Maher on for the extra point. And it's up through the goalposts. It's 17-10.
Makes the score Vikings 17, Cowboys 10.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
Bearcats are leading the 21-yard line. The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking.
That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big play there for Minnesota. 61 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Prescott to throw it. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Cine. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up, place the ball, so they can snap it and get back to work.
Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
80 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
On 2nd and 7, Cousins under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. He'll look to throw.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Greg Joseph on for the field goal. A 43-yard attempt.
The kick by Joseph is good, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Cousins. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. From the 5, here's 2nd and 2. Play fake, Cousins. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. T.J. Hockenson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings will extend their lead here just before halftime. Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
Fair catch. The Cowboys take over 1st and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting to 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. On 2nd and 10, Prescott going for the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the 3rd quarter.
This one will come out to the 25 as Pollard is going to elect not to return it.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche.
And Prescott, his 3rd interception. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. As confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
Joseph connects on the extra point,
and that'll increase their lead to 28. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Fair catch. At the 25-yard line. The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, it's
let's just say it's been unusual. But we saw that they had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Throwing, Prescott. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. And Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Now Prescott on fourth down. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't come in. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Ball at the 8 here for 2nd and a yard, maybe a touch less. Throwing, Cousins. The quick slant caught. Touchdown, Vikings. Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now in the afternoon. And the Vikings have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Joseph now to have the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look... No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return. A scoop and score for the Vikings. Huge, huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
But I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Prescott. He's going to wind up and air it out. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Off the play fake, Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. This is caught inside the 15. A big play here for Dallas. And even 50 yards. Play fake. Here's Prescott. Toward the pylon, caught. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Noah Fant, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Extra point by Moore, up and good. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Still comfortably on top, third quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. It was Osa Odighizuwa on the tackle.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
They go play action. Cousins. He's got him in, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Cook now off the read option. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. Big impact play, a tackle for loss.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Off the play fake, Cousins. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Justin Jefferson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. This one will come out to the 25 as Pollard is going to elect not to return it. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. So a big chunk of yardage will be marked off there for that PI call.
And now you know why receivers and the guys throwing the ball, they like to collaborate and just heave it up sometimes, because you can get these types of calls that go against the defense. Pass interference, and they gain over 30 yards of real estate on that one.
Prescott now. He's going to let this one go deep. And that is incomplete.
Help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, whatever adjustments they're trying to make over on that sideline, Charles. This defense, this just seemed to be a step in front of them and not giving them a chance to implement any of those changes. And here, a pick six, and they widen the lead.
At least a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps. And right now, they are thinking hard about putting this opponent away. That turnover, it grew their lead and just totally deflated that offense. Now these next couple of series, you can take them out of the game entirely if you continue on this pace.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
And that last throw is going to keep him climbing that all-time passing yards leaderboard as he crosses the 25,000-yard mark now for his career.
He just recently passed Bart Starr. Next up for him, Bob Greasy. That's 2 Hall of Famers, 2 Super Bowl winners, multiple Super Bowl winners. So he's getting up with the legends now. Congratulations.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Nick Bonito brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. He's got his tight end Fant. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 32-yard line.
First down, Cowboys.
Now Prescott. And now here is another interception. And the Vikings are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And, Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends. Now a 2nd down and 6. Here's Cook again. And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. Man open, here is Jones. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era when we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
And now what the heck is this? A punt formation from the red zone? And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but The self-inflicted wounds. They've had several turnovers.
And my goodness, another interception.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go.
Yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
On 2nd down, it's Cook again. And he'll get this down only to the 18. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the 1st down. And he's just short. He got 6 of the 7 he needed, so that leaves a decision here on 4th and a yard.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing.
And that's caught inside the 35.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
I do think it's fair to say they were caught off guard a little bit. We decided not to throw it on 1st down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the 1st down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Daniil Hunter able to record his 5th sack of the season.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailed by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
That is taken in by the tight end Fant. Touchdown, Cowboys! Noah Fant with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Extra point by Moore, up and good, as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
Fair catch. Made at the 25-yard line. The Vikings take over 1st and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I'm just wondering, do they want to add on to this gigantic lead? My guess, given how they like to play and how explosive this offense is, Charles, that they're not content being up by this margin. They probably want more.
And if they do go and get more, oh, look out. At that point, let's just aim the camera for the post-game handshake, because that one might be a little bit on the tense side, the way that this one is turning out.
2nd down, they go right back to Cook. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. 139 yards rushing now as he's done it on 22 carries. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football, because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Saw the linebacker Damone Clark coming through with a stop. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as it comes with 1:15 left to go in the second half. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Hard throw, incomplete. Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. But he wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
I absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
He'll be upended at the 18. That's a very helpful pickup of 9 after the play began at the 9.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Za'Darius Smith picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one